Oop. And the collaboration we're going to have going forward.
No better way to communicate to your audience.
How do we grow strategically now that we've gotten the right path forward? Hey, agents who win, happy Friday, everybody. Wanted to welcome Todd and Jennifer from Matacle here to our show today. I'm excited to have them on, and they're our partners up in Daytona Beach. If you guys have any referrals for the Volusia County area, moving to Daytona, wonderful Florida, give Todd and Jennifer a call. So, guys, thanks for being here today. You are muted. I think we have a sound problem. Nope. It was on before. Nope. Nope. It was literally working 5 minutes ago.
Can you hear us now?
Now we got you.
Okay.
All right, welcome back.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Thanks for having us, Todd.
It's always great to do a sound check. And then a kill right before.
We're realtors, not radio hosts, so give us a little slack.
It always works until it has to work, and then it doesn't.
Exactly. Well, I love doing Zoom interviews with agents. I'm like, if they can't figure out how to turn the camera on, then we have a problem. And that's the first part of the job interview. If you can't get that on, then we have a situation. Well, here we are. Welcome back, guys. And Jennifer and Todd are awesome agents up in Volusia County. If you have anybody looking to move to the beaches, definitely give them a call. Appreciate you guys being here today. And wanted to just kind of take a minute, introduce yourselves, let us know what you guys are doing, how long you've been in the business, etc.
So thank you, Todd. So my name's Jennifer Matacle. I am part of the Matacle Team here at RE/MAX Signature in Daytona Beach Shores, Florida. We serve all of Florida, not just Volusia County, but we primarily work Volusia County. We like to say that we are condo experts. However, we also work single family housing, multifamily investment property, even some commercial. We're starting to get our feet wet with that as well. I've been licensed as a realtor for over 20 years and just got my broker's license at the end of last year. So now I'm working as a broker associate.
That's a huge feat there to get that broker's license. I got the books and I looked at it and I said, I don't know about that.
Yeah, so I've been working with Jennifer now for a couple of years, coming from a marketing and advertising background. She's just done phenomenal in this business. She's definitely a role model for me, and we're continuing to grow this the team, looking to bring some people on here very soon.
Cool. Well, and you mentioned you're coming out of the marketing side, so that's nice to have someone who really understands the sales side and then someone who understands the marketing side, because it's a perfect match, because you can kind of bounce ideas off each other and know what's going to work, what's not going to work, instead of someone who's like, as an independent agent, I need to wear all hats. And, we call ourselves a jack of all trades and a master of like one. I know how to write a contract, and show houses. I don't know how to market. I don't know how to do transactions. And you find people, who can help with all that. But that's like the perfect match there. So I liked what you said, with specialties in, especially at the beaches or even like downtown areas, you have condos. And there's so many different things you need to know about condos, the developments, what's going on with the fees, what's going on with the, especially in Florida with the hurricanes and the saltwater erosion and all that good stuff. And, saying you're starting in, you're specializing in condos and then diving into single family and commercial, what are some key things people need to look at when looking for a realtor up at the beach?
So one of the things that you need to look at is, first of all, how many condo sales have they done? We're in the top 2% overall, the board of realtors for Daytona, over 2,200 agents for
Nice.
Condo sales. So we did 17.5 million last year, 57 transactions, and 3/4 of that was condos. One of the things that an agent should look for when they're referring to a condo agent is, do they know their market? Do they know the area? And do they know what documents they need to look at immediately? Because most agents don't know that, well, hey, does the building have assessments? No, there's no assessments. But do they know that if they go back and look at the last 12 months worth of meeting minutes, they're going to look at conversations in those meeting minutes to determine if future assessments are coming. So it's kind of like you put your investigative hat on when you sell a condo, go to the association and just know your buildings. And a lot of agents don't know that. And the condo market is hard to get into. So we have, fortunately, our library of condo docs that we've built up through the years. So, and we refresh them every year.
Yep.
And make good contacts.
Right.
You're working closely with these people and these association managers. They need to be your friends, because you don't work with them, one deal, and then maybe a month later you're going to have another one. Right. So keep those close.
No, that is a key thing. And with any association, yes, they're the enemy, but they're also your friend, because they are the ones who can control the final part of the sale, and they can wait till the 11th day on a 10-day period to provide the documents that you're needed, and now you're out of contract.
Yep.
Is there just a piece of advice? Is there like normally we do a 7-day inspection period. Is there like an additional clause you want to put in your contracts for reviewing the condo docs?
Yeah, absolutely. So usually on the last page of our contract, we put on there that although the condo writer specifies that they're to provide documents, it doesn't say anything about meeting minutes. And so meeting minutes is a big deal that we put on there. We'd like to see the last 12 months worth of meeting minutes, as well as the bylaws, rules, regulations, all of that, because that's where you can really dig into to see what's going on behind the scenes with the board to ensure that your buyer doesn't get slapped with a huge assessment a month after they move in.
No, that's smart. I've got a house that we've got under contract right now, and it's all septic in the neighborhood. We're on the Wekiva River Basin, and I'm watching a whole system being put out in front of the house, and they're getting rid of the septic tanks there and putting in sewer. But, I have a friend that lives in the community. We couldn't get any word from the HOA about what's going on. And it's a gated community. And I said, hey, what's going on with this equipment over here? She goes, oh, they're putting in sewer. Every house is a $6,000 assessment. Of course, the property is owned by Open Door, so they're not going to have any information.
Right.
HOA's not getting us anything. The county's not telling us anything. And we went back and looked, and they're billing it back to the taxes for the next 10 years.
Yep.
And owners now realizing, okay, now my taxes are another $700 a year for 10 years at whatever percent. And we would not have known that, if without asking someone who we know in the community what's going on.
Right.
And, they're like, well, we want the Open Door to pay the assessment. Open Doors were not aware of any assessment. Title had no idea. And come to find out, it's built into the taxes. So I like the idea of getting the meeting minutes so you can see what's going on there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're working on your client's best behalf. So the more information you can find out right away up front, the better. It's just going to make for a smoother closing.
Yeah, definitely. So and this is a big question a lot of people have, like husband and wife working in the business together. We kind of talked about this before, but what does that look like? Because, my wife's in the business with me. She's now I've been doing this 21 years. She's now getting into the sales side this year, and she's gotten a license 5 years ago to really understand our dinner conversations. And now it's like, all right, now let's get into the sales side. How is that like on the daily and working with your husband and wife, working with your spouse?
Patience.
I like looking at him first, just let him answer.
That's such a cool answer. Well, and I'm a type A personality, very impatient, want things done as of yesterday. So I have to remember to take a step back. Not only is this my partner in real estate, but he's also my husband. So I have to finesse it a little bit because I don't want him to divorce me. So I have to have more patience with him because, he's just been coming into this business, a year and a half ago to help me out. He saw my frustrations. He saw me spinning my wheels, and I'm not a marketing person. I'm not a graphic arts guy. I am just a broker associate, and I just want to list and sell and write contracts. So to bring him on in that aspect of our business has been phenomenal. It's catapulted us into the next levels of productivity. And I have to sometimes remember that he doesn't understand all the things that I know in the business just because I've been in real estate and mortgages for over 20 years. But I don't understand his side of the business, and I don't want to know his side of the business. So I'm so grateful that he's here, and just like he said, patience and gratitude and love. Yes. Lots of it.
Well, I think it brings up a good point too, is about staying within your lane.
Yes.
Yeah.
We each have a role. Hers is way more important. It's very customer facing, and you have to know when to step back and say, this is her role. I need to stay in my area, build the business, run the books, do the advertising, all that type of thing. Help her out when she asks for it, but know when to kind of back off and say, you know, she's got this. It's not my job to come in here and save the day. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, no, and that's a smart answer. That's good.
You can be honest. You don't have to give canned answers.
This is, you know, we've been married for like 28 years. This is how this is done. Yeah.
Well, Todd and I talked beforehand, and we're like, all right, this is how you answer the question, though.
Well, it's not all roses and ponies every day. I'll tell you that. There's some days we come in here and I'm right. No, I'm right. No, I'm kidding. But you know, there's going to be conflict. It's just how do you? I took a lot of years in management courses on conflict resolution because I did manage a team when I was in mortgages in Orlando. And plus, you know, him being my husband, I respect his role and try and stay in my lane when I can, but I am a control freak, that type A leadership style in me. So sometimes I have to remember to step back.
No, that's how I am. Because like, I need to learn when to shut up and just let the conversation have, because like you, Jennifer, I am a know-it-all and I will run everything and I want to be the master of all, you know, the jack of all trades and master of all of them. Yet, you know, we've got 4 admin here at the office and I need to, you know, and it's hard to manage that. And like, we're trying to do a bunch of events, and now with my wife kind of jumping into the same, it's like, all right, who's going to handle what?
Right.
Because, you know, they love, you know, she took a little hiatus from the team last year, and they love that she's back. They feel we're getting pushed a little bit further, and she's pushing us to do more stuff. Well, we talked about events yesterday, and like we're doing stuff in our community, a lot more stuff. Yeah. And so it's nice having someone else handling that. We're not trying to run everything. And you know, the team loves that she's back as well, because they feel like, oh, great, we can actually get some things done instead of Todd just trying to do it all. And we're, you know, you can only do so much. And you know, we're running a business, and when you start to get to the next level of hiring your first assistants, or even if you don't have any assistants, you're running a business, and there is like the marketing, the books, and it's funny you mentioned that, Todd, you know, doing the books and handling the marketing, but the books are the biggest thing because you are a business owner and somebody has to watch that. Mm-hmm. And if you're not, you're basically just like, okay, where's my next sale? Where's my next sale? If you run your books right, you could enjoy 3 months off and not have to worry about the next sale, because you're running your business the way it needs to be run. Not that we want to take 3 months off, because we always got to find that next opportunity. But you know, you guys said, hey, I'm taking Thursday and Friday off this week, so I've got plenty of time. What were you guys doing Thursday and Friday? You're at an inspection. You're showing houses. So
I was in Orlando yesterday on the road.
Yep. Tell me again, what's a day off in real estate?
There isn't one.
There isn't one.
Exactly.
The days that don't end in Y.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that. You know, you try to control your schedule as much as possible. I mean, Saturday, Sunday, we're trying not to do anything this week, and all of a sudden, you know, we've got some projects going on that now I need to meet contractors on Sunday on some properties that we've got rolling. And it's, you know, and it's the day that I can sneak away to do something. But ironically, tomorrow I'm trying to get Saturday off. I can't get in the house tonight to show it. So what am I doing on Saturday? Got to show the house, because guess what's going to happen if I don't? They're going to call in, even though they're a friend, they're going to call another agent to get them in there, and or go to the open house. And or if we don't go in there at all, it'll be sold on Sunday. You know, multiple offers, especially in this market right now. And so you've got to be on top of that stuff.
Yeah, and what's helped us a lot is with our phones, you can share a calendar.
Yep.
So we have a calendar just for work, and we will put everything in there for each other. So we know where each of us is going to be and when. Excuse me. Yep. And then within that calendar, we even block out personal time. You know, we'll put a day off. It doesn't always work out. We end up having to just work that day anyhow. Right. But we do try and schedule, you know, some personal time, because we are a married couple and we need to have our time too.
No, and I like that you share in the calendar. So I try to include her in all of my calendar events. And if she sends me something that's not pertinent to me, then I just, you know, on the calendar, I just click maybe. And that way it doesn't block out that time, but I know what's going on then. And, you know, my biggest thing I try to block out is all the kids stuff, because if we don't have it in there and I'm trying to book a showing, like tonight, I forgot that we had volleyball practice and I'm booking a showing, but then I realized we have pitching lessons at the same time for my son. So I'm like, well, either we got to find someone to take him, or I've got to cancel the pitching lessons, which just happen to be thrown in on Friday. But like, what else on a Friday night? You got showings, pitching lessons, and volleyball lessons, and there's only 2 of us throwing them around. And so it's like you try to balance that. But the event was not in my calendar for volleyball, which is my fault because I usually put all the kids' activities in the calendar. So I need to make sure on Friday nights I've got that in there from 6 to 9. Pick up, drop off, all that good stuff.
Yeah, time management is a big thing, and sometimes we struggle with it too. I mean, I think we have like 6 different calendars in our iPhone. One is for, we've got business, we've got personal, we've got the volleyball calendar. Our son, who is currently going to college and getting ready to graduate, we've got his calendar in there. I mean, it's just trying to juggle all that. And then let's try and talk about squeezing in personal fitness, right? Like now we're going to take care of ourselves. We're running around taking care of our customers and our family. And then what about us? So one thing, this past year, I hit 50, and I'm learning myself that I have to take just a little bit of a step back and focus on myself and focus on my health. Otherwise, I'm not going to be there to take care of everybody. So hence why we're going to be hiring an admin, because Jennifer needs some more time for Jennifer and Todd too. So I think it's a juggling act. We all struggle with it, but as long as you learn your role, stay in your lane, and do your time management wisely and stay on top of that and take care of your people, I think be a very successful agent for those newbies out there getting in the business.
That's smart. And congrats on your success so far with, what you've got going on with the diet and everything.
Thank you.
That's good. And, it's funny is I canceled my personal trainer in December, said I'd go back to the gym myself. And I was going to see him 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 or 6 o'clock. And I'd wake up at 5, get ready. I'd go there. And then I'm home at 7:15. And, I have a membership with another gym with my son who is regimented to go every day. He'll ride his bike and then we pick him up if it's dark. And he walks in from school and he's right there. And we're like, I love your schedule, dude. But if it's raining, we can't be there in 5 minutes to take you or pick you up from the gym. Right. And so we were kind of mad at ourselves last night. I wanted to send him a mean text like, dude, your gym schedule is not my schedule. But, I gotta love the fact that he's trying to be in there every day doing stuff. And he's got his leg day, his arm day, he's 14, diving into fitness, which I love. But
that's awesome.
So what happens is now in December, I said, I'll do it myself. I haven't been to the gym yet. And I'm like sitting here telling myself, well, you know what, February 1st, I'll just start it because that's when everyone with their New Year's resolutions will be done going. And we'll call that our new gym day.
That's a good one.
So what is what's like your source of business? What is your biggest thing that you guys have that's working well for you?
So one of our things that is our biggest source, like they say, over 66% of your business comes from past customers, friends and family, your circle of influence. And that's what we really focus on. We do a weekly e-blast email. Todd works on that. That is not my forte. I just tell him, don't forget the e-blast. But we do that. We also send a monthly CAP newsletter to, again, same circle of influence. And then also we do pop buys. I know you saw at Christmas time, we were driving around. It took us 3 days. I think we hit 85 houses total. And out of that, we got 2 listing appointments and a sale. So, it's that face-to-face contact a lot of times. And I think that personal touch where we can all say that, yeah, we sell real estate, but this isn't HGTV. This is, it's the real world and it's about relationships. And I think sometimes people get so caught up in the deal and the money that they forget about people. And this is the biggest purchase in their entire life. And you've got to learn to take a step back and realize that this is really an emotional time for those customers. And if you can, be the chameleon, whatever they're feeling, you just guide them and feel a little bit, but also, take care of them and just understand and listen. Close the mouth, open the ears, listen to your customers. You're going to go really far.
Yeah, no, and that's smart. And it's past clients for us as well. I mean, like you said yesterday, it was like you go, you guys are both born and raised in the area. So you're working your sphere of influence that's been around there forever. Mm-hmm. And I'm, 47. I don't want to say I'm hitting 50 yet because I'm almost there.
That's okay. I admit.
Yeah, I'm 50.
I'm going to be there soon. But, probably a quarter of my sales are still from friends from high school. And, they know that you're in the business. And, we also went to a small school. So it was, when you can sit there and say, I've sold most of the kids in high school, or kids, we're adults now, most of the adults from high school a house and or multiple houses. And the clients I'm out with tonight and yesterday were friends that are buying another investment property. I did 3 deals with them yesterday. They're trying to buy some more this year. And so I love the respect there because they know other realtors, but they're calling me because of our relationship.
Right.
And, you know, that's a huge thing that's there. Now, so you say 66%, let's say that's your portion of the business. What other marketing are you guys doing?
So we do postcard mailers. Every time we have a just listed, just sold, and then we have targeted communities, targeted condo complexes that we diligently send every single month. And different content can range from here's what's going on in your building from recent sales to here's what we've done in your area to maybe just some tidbits about, I don't know, the month, barbecuing, whatever. Todd and I come up with our own content every single month. So that is something I would like to change for this year. I would like to incorporate a little bit of automation in that. But again, that personal level people like. So it's finding that right balance. And then I'm a Zillow Premier agent. So I've had a huge success with Zillow, but that's not something that I started out right away with. That's something that I've built up over time.
Right.
I have a great profile and customer reviews. It's huge. And so between the Zillow and the marketing, the e-blast, the phone calls, and then just good old plain old school door knocking and open houses too. A little bit of everything.
So open houses, do you guys do this with condos?
Yes. They're a little more difficult and they take 2 people to do.
It does. It takes 2 because you have that front door security you have to deal with, plus a person up in the unit that's obviously showing the unit itself.
Yeah.
Right.
And we like to switch. Like one of us will go grab lunch while the other one mans the door, come back. That person stays downstairs, wolf down your sandwich real quick before it starts. And then like an hour into it, call each other. Okay. Are you tired? No, I'm good. All right. I'll relieve you. And then we switch and then it works out.
I've got another friend up there who does a bunch of condo open houses. I'm just like, how does that work? Because those aren't just like condos where you pull and you park in front of the unit. Those are high rises.
No.
So you've got to meet the person down there, go through, do the walk, etc. So
not only that, you got to have relationships with those association managers because I guarantee you on Monday morning, they're getting the calls from residents. If you have those unhappy residents that don't like realtors in their building, you have to have those good relationships with the managers because, you know, a lot of times, sometimes they'll, you know, look to the side and say, oh, it's okay. They're good. They respect their boundaries. So.
No, that's good. So what was I going to ask you? So you're in a big referral base, you know, through Remax. How do you guys build a out-of-state referral network?
So we have, I would say probably 15 out of our 57 transactions last year came from out-of-state Remax agents and other agents with different companies. And basically it's word of mouth and social media. So we've run a few ads with up in targeted areas where we say, hey, you have customers moving to Florida, we can help. And we've actually received repeat business from agents in New York, New Jersey, South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, even Texas, because they liked how we handled their people. And so we're just word of mouth, social media, biggest thing.
You know, I laugh at the first 2 states because New York and New Jersey are where they're all coming from. And then you mentioned South Carolina, North Carolina, and Texas, but people are relocating there as well. You know, New York, New Jersey, California, where they're all coming. And it's like, you know, if you can run your ads there that they're going to work to hit the agents to bring the buyers here, it's perfect.
Right.
So, and that's something I want to talk to you later on about is like, what do those ads look like to get in front? I guess if you want to comment on it here, what does an ad look like, you know, in an out of area market to bring people here? Are you advertising towards the agents? Is it on Facebook or Google or what do you have going on?
Well, it basically, like any marketing, it's targeted. You know, who are you after? You're after a certain demographic. Are you after retirees? Are you going directly to agents? You're going to handle your message, you know, very differently in the way you approach that.
Yeah.
And are you hitting? And go ahead.
I'm sorry. So one of the biggest taglines that we use are tired of the cold, move to where it's sunny and warm. Let us show you a beautiful condo with the view of the ocean. I mean, simple, simple, simple. The more you try and complicate things, you lose your audience in about 1.2 seconds.
Right.
So you just need a couple quick, bold taglines, a beautiful picture of the ocean. They get that. They look at it and think, oh my God, I need to be there and I'm done with it. There just takes that one person. And, you know, if you spend $1,000 or $2,000 in marketing to get that, but then you reap the rewards tenfold.
Yeah. So what are you guys going to do this weekend with the marketing? Because it's going to be 30 degrees here. Are you going to say you're tired of the cold?
Yeah, I mean, something as simple as like, you know, cold enough for you,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
we've heard that forever,
Yeah.
but you run something like that up north, and it's just a little something that triggers that thought of, you know what, I've had enough of the cold.
Yeah.
And we
You
have a
know,
lot
even
of people come down here that have had enough of the cold, and they
well,
want to be in Florida.
it's funny. I had a client who had took the Chicago. I showed him houses for 3 years. They'd come down about every 6 months, look at stuff, or somebody to go get a video for them. And it took the snowstorm of the century in Chicago to get them to finally say, "I don't care what the house looks like, we're out of here." You know, and
Yeah.
it takes that one opportunity.
It only takes the one.
Yeah, and Florida doesn't have state income tax. There's all these other additional benefits of being in Florida that make it so attractive.
Yeah, no, exactly. I wonder if you could run a double tax marketing campaign. You know, tired of paying as much in state taxes as you are in federal taxes. Let's get down here and have a conversation.
Mhm.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
No, actually, to answer your question, this weekend, I think we're going to try and take off, and I'm going to try and attempt to make homemade chili. We'll see how that goes. But I'm not a cook. I'm an agent. So I don't know how well that's going to go over. We may have to go find it from Publix or something. But
Put it in the pot and call it made.
right.
Crock
Well-
pot, the big help in real estate is having a good crock pot.
Yeah, exactly.
air
It's like,
fryer.
what's for dinner tonight? I don't know, Chick-fil-A, or where are we going to go to eat that's overpriced?
Yep.
You know, the funny part with the Publix comment is I love making pizzas on our pizza oven, but there's days that we order Papa John's, and
Yep.
I'll take it out of the box and I'll slide it onto my pizza sheet, and I'll be like, God, I love the creation I made tonight. And it's funny because people will still think it's something that you made, and
Yep.
on Facebook. And when I did one with a frozen pizza, like looks like whatever the Red Baron or whatever the pizzas are. You know, they understood the frozen pizza. They caught that lie, but they didn't catch the Hungry Howie's or the Papa John's, pizzas as a lie.
Right.
'Cause nothing homemade looks that perfect. You know, the right circle, the right whatever is going on. So,
Todd, I just wanted to throw in there too one more thing. I know that there's a lot of new agents. You want advice from someone who's been in the business a while. How do I get started? How do I get going? How do I get to your success? And the biggest advice that I want to say is that focus on one thing and make it yours and perfect it. And then maybe a month later, add on another layer. And then it's maybe the first month you master email blasts. And then the second month you master, I send out a postcard once a month. And then the next month you master getting on the phone and having conversations. And don't try and extend yourself so far at the beginning. You're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to get burnout and you're going to be out of this business in less than 6 months.
yeah.
So if you can just focus on one thing at a time and then add layer after layer after layer, that's how you build it. And that's what I've been doing since Todd came on board with me almost 2 years ago. That's what we focused on, because I didn't have all that when I got back in the business back in 2017. All I knew is I came in, I have my book of contacts and my cell phone, and I went to work.
Yeah.
And now I've got the marketing man right here who's fantastic. We have our own website, beachsidedreamhomes.com, which is phenomenal. I would have never been able to have the skill, talent, or patience to do that. And those didn't come instantly. It happened over time.
Well, we with all of our brokers, we get our websites, we get our little marketing stuff, but nothing is better than something personal that you've put together and put the time and energy into. Because
Right.
we've got a website with Ylopo, but that costs over $1,000 a month. And
Right.
you figure all the additional expenses. Then you got the database platform you got to use. Then you've got the marketing that's got to go into the back end of that website. Then there's just a lot that's there. So it is baby steps for the new agents. That's coming along.
Yep.
So
I think the first thing they should start with would be a good CRM.
Yes.
Because you're going to start building customers right away, and you've got to be able to manage that database and stay in touch with these people. So there's quite a few products out there that people can choose from. They're not very expensive, and it definitely helps keep you organized.
Yeah, that's a good comment.
And if you're old school like me, my CRM was an Excel spreadsheet. And when Todd came on board, he said, "What the heck are you doing?" I'm a finance girl. I was in lending for a long time. I work on multiple spreadsheets at a time. This is my CRM. And he's like, "No, honey, we're gonna bring you up to the 21st century. Let's pick a CRM." So yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Your XLS spreadsheets become a CSV now imported into something else.
Oh yeah, I could do pivot tables and everything, but in today's world of real estate, that doesn't matter anymore.
No, you need something that you can't automate a spreadsheet.
Yeah, and Excel works very well, but it's very manual. It doesn't help you with a lot of automation.
Exactly. Well, so here's as we wrap up, just two final questions. One, you mentioned CRM. What are you guys using, and what is a good one that you would recommend?
Well, right now we're using Wise Agent.
Okay.
I do recommend it for getting started. It has a very easy, simple user interface. It does work with MailChimp and a couple other third parties that help get you going, but it doesn't do it all, and it is
Right.
fairly limited. So as your team grows, as your business grows, there's other products out there you may want to look at that are more robust. They handle some of the online marketing for you as automated tasks, and you just have to look at these products and do your homework, because they can range in price all over the place, and you got to stick within your budget.
See,
Yeah.
this guy, this is why I have him here. I will be like, I have no clue.
That's and Wise Agent is a great. Wise Hire is an ad platform. Wise Agent is a great CRM. You're not the first one to recommend it, so I would definitely check it out. And it's not expensive either. So
No.
you can get something for under $100 a month. I like it that it's not brokerage centric either. So some people are like, I use my brokerage one. That is just tailored to that. Buy something that's third party, because it's going to do a lot more. And the guys who run it were or are agents and know what goes into the background there. So that's good.
We are looking at Boomtown, because I've talked to some of the high-powered large teams and said, hey, what are you using for your CRM? Who's taking care of it? And time again, they talk about Boomtown. We just haven't really investigated that too much yet. In fact, we have a conference call later on this afternoon with Boomtown to kind of go over their product and what it can do for us and costs and different layers. So
cool. So, and then Boomtown's gonna be great because it's got a lot of ad platforms in the back, market, auto generated marketing with Google pay-per-click and some other stuff. So, what is next for you guys? You're looking at the admin, and you're looking at bringing on a couple agents.
Yes, we're looking at we're going to be writing our admin description next week, and we're looking to hire on an admin, because at this point I feel like to catapult to that next level, I mean, I want to be at 100 transactions a year. I don't want to be just stuck at 57, which 57 is great. I'm grateful. I thank God for it every day. But I'm ready to grow, because I like my vacations, and I do like taking some time off. So it would be nice to have a team running things in the background so that I can have a little more time. We're going to hire an admin, and then we're looking to pick up 2 buyer's agents and hopefully do this before the end of the year.
Cool. So what are you guys looking for in those agents that you're bringing on?
So I am looking for somebody who is hungry. I'm not looking for somebody who wants to come in and do this part-time for 15 hours a week. I need somebody who wants to come and do this as a full-time job, not as a hobby. And what I'm finding, sadly, in the industry is that most people are happy with 5 sales a year. And for our team, that's not what we want. We're looking for that agent who wants to do at least 20 deals a year.
Yeah. Which, if you could do 20 deals a year, that's a great agent, and that's easy to provide. You can make great money doing 20 deals a year, especially being on a team and having the support of you guys as leaders and the admin support. All I need you to do is go out and concentrate on real estate. So, and that is true. There's a lot of part-timers out there. I mean, they retire, they come down here. The first thing you get when you move to Florida is a real estate license and a driver's license.
Yeah.
And you realize how many people don't sell real estate, and it's crazy. I'm on our local board of directors for the Orlando Regional.
I saw that. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm also now on the state level too, which is like, okay, what else can we get involved in? You get voted into one, then you get nominated for the other. So it's going to be interesting to see the background and everything that's going on in the inner workings behind our associations, local and state level. But I was having a conversation with our CEO, and he goes, you're in the real estate business. I'm in the realtor business. My goal is to build the association up with as many people as we have. There's 20,000 realtors in Orlando right now. He wants to get it to 22 by the end of the year. And it's like, because he knows in 23 and 24, it's going to start dipping back down to the 15 to 18,000 range. And so it's getting the fees in there. But it's like, let's not worry about increasing the agent count. Let's increase the transaction account of the agents that are already in there. Because all you're doing is just basically promising people the world they're not going to get it. And, it's like, what more value can we bring to them to help either bring the part-timers to full-time, or just say, guys, it's not a part-time business, and let's move on to a career that's going to actually, do something for you and not cost you money every year.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I appreciate you guys jumping on today. If you want to leave some contact info for us as well, so agents who are out there listening to this can definitely get back to you guys. And as I promised before, I'm going to get you our admin stuff so you guys can kind of copy off of that, because the descriptions we've done, and then see what, hopefully that'll work for you and get you guys a good admin in there.
Okay.
I'm always open to talking to any new agents to give out helpful advice that I can, and they can reach me anytime on my cell, so that's fine.
Cool. Well, guys, I appreciate it. You guys enjoy your weekend, and again, thank you for being on here today.
Thank you,
Thank
Todd,
you
for having us.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Like,
All right.
subscribe,
Bye.
and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. You guys will see the show